What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the report. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are here and we are back talking about the Miami Heat and talking about how the Miami Heat are still one piece away despite being number 4 in the Eastern Conference. Let's get right into it, man. Without further ado, skip all the housekeeping stuff. Y'all know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Apologies if I sound a little bit off. I am a little bit under the weather, but it's all good. The videos keep rolling. But yeah, we're going to talk about this Heat team that just lost to Phoenix. As I'm recording this video, they just lost very, not too long ago, and it was a tough loss. It was a tough loss, obviously without players, but I thought the Lakers game was a really good win for them. Unfortunately, tonight they lost to Phoenix. No KD in this game. No Eric Gordon. Phoenix was missing pieces. I mean, they were starting Chimezie Metu at the 4. Like, they were pretty much almost as depleted as we were, and they blew us out after the first quarter. They took control. Second half was really when they asserted their dominance, and they beat us by almost 20 points. And it was a tough game, man. It was a very tough game to watch, especially the second half, because we had guys struggle. Herro had a terrible game. Lowry had a terrible game. Jaquez, thought he did okay for what he could have done. I just think he was just relegated to standing in the corner too many times. I thought he should have gotten more plays ran for him. Jovic was nowhere to be seen. But again, same thing. He was literally at least Hawkins was cutting and stuff like that. I genuinely forgot Jovic was even playing. I thought Bam played well after his first quarter, which he had 2 fouls in, and he, I think, had 0 points in the first quarter. He ended up with 28 and 10. He was the best player easily, along with Kevin Love. Both of them were extremely good, and they were the only players who really kept us in the game. Jay Rich had 10 points, but he was missing a lot of threes. And yeah, we just didn't have any offense generated tonight. Duncan Robinson, again, 4 points, missed a ton of shots. And even though we didn't have any offense generated, the defense was the bigger problem tonight. And the reason was Grayson Allen had 31 points, along with Beal's 25 and Booker's 20 and 10. Bradley Beal just showed everybody why we should have traded for him. And people saying, we have Herro, we wouldn't have had to gave up here. I mean, the Suns gave up Chris Paul and Ryan Rollins in a 3-team trade or something like that. I don't know. The Warriors gave up Ryan, something like that. Chris Paul was in that trade. And it was Chris Paul and some seconds, bro. We could have given up Lowry and some picks. It wasn't anything, but it's all good. I mean, Bradley Beal's not on this team. I shouldn't really be talking about that. It just kind of hurts because, bro, he just almost dropped a triple-double against us, 25, 8, and 9. We could have really used that on this team, I'm not going to lie. So the fact that he's not here makes it even a little bit, makes it sting even a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So, but letting a guy like Grayson Allen drop 31 on you is unacceptable. Grayson Allen is a good role player, but 31 points is crazy. That's very close to his career high. If not his career high, it might be that itself. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's up there. Letting him drop 30, having Beal and Booker both drop 20 plus, it's just a recipe for disaster, man. And we were just letting them shoot 3 after 3 after 3. We played the zone way too much tonight. I get it. It worked against the Lakers, but you got to know your personnel. The Lakers are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league, and the Suns are not. They shot 40% tonight, and giving a team wide open looks, especially, if you're giving Chimezie Metu, if you're giving Keita Bates-Diop, if you're giving, Bol, Josh Okogie, if you're giving them threes, then it's fine. Giving Grayson Allen and Bradley Beal wide open 3-point looks is never okay, because they're 2 of the best shooters on that team. So even if you're going to double off of people, you got to know who you're doubling off of. You got to know who you're helping off of. You got to know what that zone might funnel into, because if it's leading to Grayson Allen threes over and over again, something has to change, and it didn't, unfortunately. But that was just one small piece of this video that I wanted to make. They had a really good win against the Lakers. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good win. Now the Lakers stink. They're terrible. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA. They just lost to Memphis, but it was a good win because we were depleted, and they had their full team besides D'Lo and Gabe, and I think Rui. But that game was a good game because we held LeBron to 12 points, and then Jaquez showed out, and then We had guys step up. Jovic played well. Herro played well. Bam played well. Everybody scored in double digits who played, apart from the guys who played in garbage time like Kane and Hampton and Swider in Orlando. Everybody who played had double-digit points. So listen, man, I mean, that was a good win. Carolina was a good win, but we had to follow it up tonight against the Suns. And now the next 4 games are at home. We have Houston, Oklahoma City, Orlando, and Charlotte. Now, 3 of those teams, I believe, are in the playoffs. Houston, I think, is currently the 9th seed, so they're in the play. And that's what I had to just check, because I know OKC is the 2 seed, and Orlando is tied, or maybe I think half a game behind us in the 5 seed. Tonight, the Pacers actually leapfrogged us to become the 4 seed, so that's something. But yeah, those games are not too easy. I mean, besides Charlotte, you have 3 tough games because Houston is very good. Now, the thing is, Houston is very good at home. On the road, they're just not a good team. So I think Charlotte and Houston will be our easiest opponents out of those teams. But Orlando's a good team. They just beat Denver. And then OKC is one of the best teams in the league this year. So I still think that regardless of the result of any of those games or any of the games in the past, I've always stuck by this. I still believe this team is one piece away. Now, how big that one piece might be is up to you. Like, I'm not saying we need LeBron James to contend for a title. Like, we don't. We're not that far off. But we're still a piece away. And there are several needs that still have not been addressed, that people thought they might have been addressed with, in-house development of players or the free agents pickups. But they just haven't. And I feel like the 2 biggest obstacles for this team holding them back are the perimeter defense as well as the 3-level scoring. And those 2 are some of the biggest pieces that any team will need, especially at the guard position. This team is lacking both of those. Now, which one is more of a glaring issue? I think it's always going to be the offense for this team, because I think the defense will lock in when we get guys like Jimmy and Highsmith back, and Caleb and some of these other guys back. So in my opinion, I think it goes number 1 priority is a 3-level scorer. Number 2 priority is a perimeter defender. Now, I'm not saying we can get both of these addressed at the deadline. I'm not even going to say that the Heat are going to make any moves at the deadline, because they've shown to be a team that will prefer to make a buyout signing or a smaller trade rather than a splash, especially with who's on the market right now, and especially with who they prefer. I don't even have confidence that this team will make a significant move in the deadline or a move at all. But a move needs to be made. Now, some of the players that I would like this team to get, I think Donovan Mitchell is my dream target for this team as far as players who could be traded. Not even sure if he's going to get traded or not, but he's been in the rumors, and I think we should go after him. Now, listen, people are going to say keep Herro. Herro's not far off, this, that. Listen, I'm not saying Herro can be as good as Mitchell down the line. As of right now, Mitchell is better, and it's not even particularly close. Like, I don't even see, like, anything that Herro does better than Mitchell. Maybe defend because he's bigger, but even Herro's defense is not great at all. It's improved, yeah, but it's improved in the passing lanes. It's improved off ball with steals. On ball, he's still somebody who the team will just bring up at every pick and roll and go at. And by the way, this is not a shot at Tyler at all. People are going to think that after 1 bad game or 2 bad games, I'm saying get rid of Tyler. It's not like that at all, because I don't base my opinion off of 1 or 2 games. I haven't even based my opinion on any of these guys. You don't base your opinion, no matter it's good or bad, after a stretch of games. You can't do that. I look at these players off of face value. I look at these players off of what they bring to the table. Tyler Herro is a very, very talented player. He's an extremely good shooter from the mid-range, from the 3, but he struggles finishing at the rim. He struggles handling the ball, even though I'm not saying he hasn't gotten better at these aspects, but he still struggles at them, and he struggles defensively. These 3 aspects have always been Tyler Herro's biggest weaknesses. This is not just based off of this 1 game against the Suns. This is not just based off of some other games that he struggled in. This has been a trait of Tyler Herro's since he's been a member of this Miami Heat team. Defense, finishing, ball handling. 3 biggest issues with this game. Donovan Mitchell fixes 2 of those and gives you the 3-level scoring that you're getting with Tyler on a more consistent basis on a higher volume. it's a no-brainer why, if that trade is available, we should do it. Now, I don't think Cleveland would even do that trade, which is why I don't think Donovan Mitchell is going to be realistic, because neither is Miami, but definitely Cleveland is going to hang up the phone, because people, the teams around the league, they don't value Tyler Herro as much as the Heat fans do. They don't. They really don't. I mean, we saw it with the Dame sweepstakes. People were saying Tyler's worth only 1 or 2 picks. I'm not saying he's only worth that. I'm just saying that's what people around the league think. And that's who you're going to be making trades with. Now, Tyler has gotten better a lot since last season. He's having a great season. He's having a great year. But Mitchell is significantly better still, because Mitchell is having he's having a great year too. So he would be my number 1 target. Not the most realistic, because I don't think the Heat would want to trade Tyler Herro for Mitchell. They've kind of been, through this path before, and they've opted against trading Tyler Herro for him before when he was with the Jazz. And they don't see much of a difference between the two players, which I understand. That's your homegrown player. I disagree, but I get it. So Donovan Mitchell might just be a pipe dream. Let's just move on to number 2. I've seen a lot of people talking about Deonte Murray. I'm good on Deonte Murray. I'm absolutely cool on Deonte Murray. And people are gonna say, "What do you mean? You're talking about perimeter defense. He was a first team all defense. Blah blah blah." Dejounte Murray's defense has fallen off an absolute cliff since he's left San Antonio. If anybody has watched the Atlanta Hawks, they will know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying he's a bad defender, but he's not a positive defender. He's an average defender now. Maybe he's a okay to good defender, but it's fallen off so much from his elite level defensive days in San Antonio. And people are going to say it's because he has to do more on offense. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because the Hawks team is more talented offensively than those Spurs teams were when he was playing at an all defense level. So I just think that it was the Spurs. I'm not going to say it was a Spurs system fully, but he did talk about how when he had to earn his minutes, he wanted to do it on the defensive end. So I don't think he's putting in that effort defensively anymore. And that is a big, big red flag. Offensively, again, that's never really been his game. He's never really been a floor spacer. Now he is shooting, I think, 36% from 3 this season, which is not bad. But again, that's only because he's sitting in the corner and stuff like that. Like he's had to just shoot those corner threes. I just don't see the fit at all. And I think Dejounte Murray, like the Hawks would probably ask for Tyler Herro, and that's a player that I'd be like, no, I'm keeping Herro in that situation. There's not that many players in this league that I'll trade Herro for. Probably 15 players max, 15 to 20. But yeah, Dejounte Murray is not one of them. Not one of them at all. So, yeah, I'm out on that. So Mitchell is one of my targets. I'm not going to lie, I don't think the move needs to be a superstar for us to be in contention. I don't think it has to be like I said, it doesn't have to be like LeBron James or Kevin Durant. Like, there's still moves that can be made around the edges that can help this team win. For example, Terry Rozier of the Charlotte Hornets is a very, very good option. It's a very cheap option to trade for. Charlotte is a rebuilding team. Rozier is having a really, really good year. He can score from 3 levels. The defense is not elite, but it's okay. But the scoring is where you really, improve with this trade. And he can score. He's a bucket. He can score from all 3 levels. We saw it against the Heat. He was hitting a bunch of tough shots. I would love Terry Rozier on this team. I feel like it would be a very good option to get. Wouldn't cost too much. Not really sure what would have to be thrown in to make the numbers match, but I don't think it's going to be too much at all if you wanted to trade for Terry Rozier. It's not going to be too much at all. I've seen Pascal Siakam news. This is a player that the Raptors will certainly want Tyler Herro for, and I'm really not okay with giving up Tyler Herro for Pascal Siakam. Siakam is a really good player, but again, I just don't see the fit. Can't really space the floor like that. Feel like him and Bam play very similarly as well. Like, I just don't like that fit at all. But yeah, so far I like Terry Rozier. I like Donovan Mitchell. I also like Zach LaVine. Now Zach LaVine, if we can trade for him without giving up Herro, I like that option. Zach LaVine is he's worse than Donovan Mitchell. Zach LaVine is not that far ahead of Tyler Herro, even if he's ahead. But the thing about Zach LaVine is that we probably wouldn't have to give up Tyler Herro to get him. So if you can get both of them, now your defense would be pretty bad if you got Zach LaVine and Tyler Herro in one backcourt. But the defense right now is bad anyway. So if you're gonna, continue to play this personnel of Lowry and Herro, one of the worst defensive backcourts in the league, you might as well just get a boost offensively. And Zach LaVine is that. So I like Zach LaVine. I also like Alex Caruso a lot from that team. I think Alex Caruso is another option that is probably somebody who wouldn't cost too much. He's a guy who would help your defense. And if you want perimeter defense, I feel like the only player that really makes sense for people to try to trade for is Alex Caruso. I think that's the player that everyone's going to be after if they want to improve their perimeter defense, because that's the only one who's on the market, to be honest. Not really sure who else is on the market. I mean, OG Anunoby was an option before he got traded to the Knicks. But yeah, apart from that, man, I'm not really sure anybody else is out there that can really help you defensively on the perimeter. Also some buyout options, sneaky buyout options. PJ Tucker is unhappy with his role in LA. They might buy him out. Maybe a reunion with the Heat could be in the cards. I feel like since he's been in Houston, the best version of PJ Tucker has been in Miami. And I think Spoelstra used him in a very unique way, even as a pick and roll screener and somebody who takes those short floaters. I don't think any other coach utilized him as well as Spoelstra did after his Houston days or Phoenix days. So low-key on a buyout, very sneaky buyout. I would like PJ Tucker on this team. Definitely would help defensively. And he's a threat from the corner 3 spot. So not sure how much juice he still has, but definitely would help with the leadership toughness. On a buyout signing, PJ Tucker is very, very good. No, you're not giving up anything for him at all. You're just giving up some money, which is not too much at all. Like, I feel like on a buyout, I would love PJ Tucker on this team. Kind of would play a similar role to what Kevin Love did for his last season. So wouldn't be against that at all. Another player would help us offensively. I like 2 players in Detroit. I like Alec Burks and I like Bojan Bogdanovic. I like Bogdanovic's game a lot with this team. I think he would fit extremely well next to Bam and Jimmy. Would space the floor really, really well. He's having a really, really good season. Also like Alec Burks. Alec Burks has always been a very steady winning player. I like his game a lot. I think he's one of the most underrated players in the league. But those are some like the little bit, I think, like low tier options. Like they're not like, the Zach LaVines or the Donovan Mitchells, like Terry Rozier's. Like they're a little bit, like they're a tier below that. Even I think Alex Caruso is a tier above that. But yeah, like those are some of the options that I'm, kind of considering if the Heat want to make a move. Like I feel like one of these guys at least should be on this roster after the deadline. I'm not sure who it's going to be, especially with Jimmy Butler being out for an extended period. Shams reported that they're going to take his time with them. We're not going to have Jimmy for a while. And we're going to need to, supplement our team without Jimmy Butler with some people who can help us right now. And these guys will do that. So let me know who you guys think that he should target next. Again, I still believe they're one piece away. If you guys don't think they're one piece away, please convince me as to why you guys feel that way. I think that they're always going to be one piece away with this current core. Unless you see a significant jump from a Tyler Herro, unless you see a significant jump from a Bam Adebayo, which they have been making jumps. I'm not saying they have been making jumps, but I'm talking about Tyler or Bam becoming superstars. Because right now they're all-stars. They're all-star caliber players. But you need, for this team to be, a championship contender, you either need another player to come in, or you need Tyler and Bam to take astronomical jumps, where you need Tyler to become a Donovan Mitchell level player or Devin Booker level player, or Bam to become a Joel Embiid or something like that. But yeah, let me know if you guys agree or disagree with me in the comment section below. I'm very curious to see what you guys think. I know this is a controversial video, so don't come at me. It's just my opinion. And yeah, I'll see y'all later as always. Peace.